how can we be gracious maybe in our conversation to people who differ from us on a variety of topics, on politics, on lifestyle issues? How can we show that grace to people in those conversations if we just disagree with what they believe and how they live their life?
I think there's a time to push hard on an issue. There's a time and a place for that. And there's a time and a place to just listen and not necessarily agree with what you're hearing, but not necessarily putting up a fight either. And I think we need to listen, and that's where the grace is combined with the wisdom. Those need to be working together in tandem, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so people need to feel that they're accepted. I think it's some people know that you have it's like the neighbor I shared the story with who knew that we didn't drink alcohol. And so he wanted to come say goodbye, but he brought us non-alcoholic beer, 0-0. But anyway, it was his way of saying, hey, I know where you stand on this, but our friendship is valuable. And I care about that relationship. But that's because of how we related to him.
Mm-hmm.
His living was to sell unclean meats,
Mm-hmm.
Seafood. And, that obviously that's not something that we're going to go and buy from him. But he found out that we enjoyed fish. And so he brought us some salmon down. And so, again, it was just ways to look for those bridges and opportunities to connect where you can. And that can be very helpful.
Yeah, I resonate with that because I think that it's so important to be able to be friends with someone who doesn't necessarily agree with everything that you stand for or you agree with. And I remember Justin Koo, who was on the channel was it yesterday or the day before with Caleb. I've had conversations with Justin, and just watching his channel, he interviews with people that are atheists, that don't agree with what he believes in, and maybe vice versa. But the amazing thing is, I remember hearing a live conversation he had with someone on Instagram, and they just showed so much respect for him. They appreciated him, even though they disagree on maybe some of the bigger issues. Being able to have that friendship, I think, is so crucial. And I think that's what Jesus would definitely want us to do.